What are the downsides of marijuana that people don't know? For me, it was complacency. If I smoke, I can sit in my room and play video games all day, no problem. If I don't smoke, I feel the need to be productive and get things done before I indulge in my time-wasting fun activities. Not a huge problem on its own, but when you smoke every day and become complacent with going nowhere for years, then it can be a big problem. Regular use seems to fuck with my ability to pay attention and remember shit when I'm sober. It's one of the reasons I quit. Not sure others have these issues though. Sometimes it sends me into an anxiety attack. I smoked a lot during the teenage years. As an adult, while fully supporting legalized pot, I wholeheartedly believe that no one should smoke ingest pot until they are 22 yo. If it's just once or twice a month as a teen, sure, but from personal experience, having gotten high every day, it really hampered my mental and emotional development. I also have little to no memory of my teen years. Please teens, if you are going to smoke pot, treat it like a treat and do it very seldom, medical and pain relief aside. The subset of people that it induces psychosis in. It will make you too comfortable, like without weed, the boredom irritation you feel from whatever your situation is can incentivize you to change, or you can get high and be immediately comfortable. And before you know it, years have passed. Saying that as someone who did exactly that for like 10 years now that I've quit, it's so much easier to find the will to change things. I've been smoking regularly for several years, and honestly the biggest downside is that it makes you extremely okay with being lazy and not getting anything done. I used to be one of those folks who always had to be doing something and was rarely idle. Now in my free time I only want to get comfortable while doing nothing and be completely unbothered. It's shown to alter the brain in younger people. The minimum age should be in the early 20s based on studies. When you become addicted to weed, every experience in life becomes a secondary to being stoned. A beautiful mountain view? This would be better if I was high. A hobby that brings you joy? This would be better if I was high. A vacation feels wasted if you are not high. An experience feels wasted if you are not high. A moment feels wasted if you aren't high. Everything that should bring contentment in life feels like it would be better spent, well, high. Nothing brings happiness as it should, because instead of being in the moment or enjoying life for what it is, it would be better with a joint or two. This was my realization that I was emotionally dependent on weed. Memory loss. I've lost huge chunks of amazing memories from my younger years. Without photos, I'd never remember. If you have a predisposition for mental illness that you may not be aware of, especially schizophrenia, weed can trigger an episode. It can go two ways. It wears off, or you just triggered a psychotic episode and never really come out of it unless medicated. It is, however, very difficult to treat people with schizophrenia due to their severe paranoia, amongst other things. It is a terrible illness. People don't realize that those with predisposition are essentially playing the Russian roulette. It seems like it would help you sleep better, but I feel less rested in the morning. Sabotages most people's diets when you're older, unless you're a freak who doesn't get an elevated appetite. Not even necessarily full-fledged munchie binge eating, but that 1-2 extra tacos after dinner will take its toll. At 20 I could eat 12 Kit Kat bars in bed high as a kite and not gain weight. At 40 I might not wake up. Long-term use can have effects on the brain, especially if it is a developing brain. Tolerance. Used to be so fun and giggly. Now it's just a coughing fit that keeps you from punching your boss on the face. Lighting anything on fire and inhaling the fumes is terrible for your lungs. Can make you content with an existence you wouldn't be content with sober. Guess whether you want to view this as a positive or a negative is up to everybody as individuals. It can kickstart schizophrenia in those prone to it. Uncontrollable vomiting in some long-term users. https://portal.ct.gov. Cannabis knowledge base articles education and prevention cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome language equals NUS. I was a regular smoker for 7 years until I started getting extreme panic attacks. Stopped smoking and they have subsided fully.